Today we're going to play this Green Red Monsters deck that Logan Nettles Jaberwocki took to a 5-0 in the last few days, so I'm keen to try it out. I'm a bit worried that it seems soft to Goblin Chainwhirler specifically, but I think the Rekindling Phoenix Glorybringer top end is really exciting at the moment against all the Planeswalkers running around. So I'm pretty interested in giving this list a try, seeing how it goes. Also have the Braids, which are nice against all the Heart of Kirans that are running around as well. Yeah, this is the Jaberwocki deck list by Lester. This is an easy keep. Turn 1 Elf, turn 2 Ranger, can't possibly lose. Ooh, Blooming Marsh. So this is probably a snake deck. Yeah, this is going to be a Winding Constrictor deck. I have the Ballista to kill our Llanowar Elf, which is fairly rude. So if they just go for the Ballista on turn 2 here, we're going to lose our Elf, and it's going to slow us down a lot. Yeah, so many snakes. I don't know how the snake deck is against black red. I guess we're just casting our Ranger. The Ballista in my opponent's hand is reasonably scary right now. How do you feel about Magma Spray? Kinda like it. It can help deal with the Ballista. I think this is good to keep on top. Also builds up our Jade Light Ranger so they can't kill her very easily. And then we can use like the Magma Spray to buy a bit of time. Yeah, I'm going to keep this on top, I think. Hey there, Auri. Good morning. Hope you've had a nice weekend. So they're attacking with a snake into our J-Light Ranger, so we're just going to take this. We are not running Grun and Fling, sadly. This is a scary start from our opponent. Very scary start. Let's just attack with the Jade Light Ranger here. And then we'll play the Ranger post-combat, leaving up Spray. Like, next time they can make a Ballista for 4, potentially. A Braid just doesn't... We've got Magma Spray to try and kill Ballista after they shoot some stuff down. A Braid just doesn't kill anything at the moment because of the snake, I feel like. And Spray deals with Siphoner if they ever find one. I'm just going to put this into my graveyard, I think. They could have a Verdurous Gearhulk. I don't know that we're beating a Verdurous Gearhulk though, even within a Braid. How did my tournament go? I started off 7-0 in Legacy, which was amazing. And then I crashed and burnt down to 10-5, which is still decent. I got like a pro point. So the pro point's actually really helpful. It means I'm only 3 points away from hitting silver when I go to the PT. And getting to silver would be really exciting. I think I'm going to ditch this. It's pretty nice against Verdurous Gearhulk specifically, but I think we're probably just dead to Verdurous Gearhulk. So I'm not too excited about keeping that. I'm just going to hold up Spray rather than play out a 1-1. Thank you, Ari. Yeah, I'm really happy about it. About the extra pro point. Obviously, like, crashing down from 7-0 wasn't the desired result from that position, but the pro point's still great. Still another step on the way. So Ballista is obviously terrifying. If they just play Ballista and kill some stuff, we can maybe grind through that. Playing Ballista and holding it up to protect from Glorybringer would be really annoying though. I guess it would mean they'd be tapping their whole board, so maybe they just can't do that. Like if they wanted to hold up Ballista for the Glorybringer, then both of these would be tapped. And they'd be taking a bunch on the ground. Hey Alessia! It was nice meeting you at the GP. Gonna see some attacks here. Just the Rishka, okay. Interesting. I'm just gonna take 4, I think, rather than 2 for 1ing myself to take down the Rishka. Huh. That's not too scary. Oh, now we get to Glorybring them. That's great. That's great for us. Alright. I am Auri. I wasn't originally going to be able to, but some of the Patreon money from Proven Combatants is going to be put towards it to help me be able to go out there. So I'm really, really excited about that. So what am I doing with this Glorybringer? If I exert on the Brontodon, I deal 11. Yeah, Chain Weller seems very brutal, Cambo. That's my one concern. Otherwise, the deck seems sweet. So we're definitely exerting the Glorybringer here. Question is it on Rishka or Brontodon? If we do it on Rishka, we cut our opponent off of... Yeah, I think I agree, Loki. I was thinking the same. Like, it cuts our opponent off 2 mana when they're missing land drops, which seems pretty amazing to me. If they want to trade the Brontodon with the 4/3, I think I'm fine with that as well. Yeah, I think we do just have to take the Rishka off the table to, like, cut our opponent off of mana here. I think I agree with you on that. They have a Fatal Push for this Jade Light. Things get kind of ropey, since then they aren't taking nearly as much, and they're pressuring us a lot on the way back. No Fatal Push? Awesome. Put them to 8. Right, I think we're in a great position now. If they hit a land, they can make a Ballista for free. And we'd be taking 7, so we'd be going to a virtual 2 between the Ballista and these two things. So I think that's fine. They did not hit the land, just making the small Ballista. And a Llanowar Elf of their own. Okay, that's fine. They can't get too aggressive with their attacks here. Okay, so this would put us to 5. I think that's fine. I don't think I'm interested in jumping here. Alright, so what are we doing? We're gonna start with cycling the Thicket, I guess, since then we'll know what our other options are. Alright, so we've got a Spray and a Courier. What are we doing with them? I kind of want to spray the Ballista. We're dead to another Ballista, which is awkward, because they can shoot us for 2. I guess they have to shoot one of these though. They can't just do it all at face. Yeah, I think realistically we're dead to another Ballista. There's just no beating that. Maybe we could just kill the Llanowar Elf. What does that do? And then, like, try and block things down. And then next turn, Glorybringer will help, like, clear a body. And this is really interesting. This is really tough. I kind of just want to kill the Llanowar Elf and try and cut them off of mana for another turn. How do our blocks look? The Ballista makes blocks pretty rough for us. Just generally is the problem. I guess I probably just have to kill the Ballista here. Because it's not like I can actually block properly whilst that thing's on the table anyway. So probably, if they fire it both at our face, we're in big trouble. Okay, they're taking down the Jade Light Ranger. I think that's fine. Right. So if I attack with the Jade Light Ranger, I'm dead to another Ballista. I'm actually just dead to a Ballista anyway. They cast Ballista for free. Let's say I hold everything back and they have another Ballista. They cast Ballista for free. They kill this, they kill this, they attack with these two. And we chump and we go to 1 after the Ballista ping. So not actually dead to a Ballista if we hold everything back. Probably pretty dead to a Ballista regardless though. If we attack for 4 and they have a Chupacabra, they kill one of our blockers and the other one can go on the snake. And then if they just take the 4, they're dead to the Glorybringer. I think I have to attack with Jade Light. Yeah, I agree, Alessia. I think we just have to attack with Jade Light to try and set up lethal. I agree with you. Like, I think if we don't kill our opponent next turn, we're probably losing this game anyway, with them having 2 spells in hand. So we probably just have to attack with a 4/3 here. Obviously we get another Glorybringer exert next turn, but I don't think that's actually going to be enough. We need like a really strong draw to win through that sort of line. So, cool. They're dead to Glorybringer next turn. They have a Ballista, they kill us. If they have a Chupacabra, they don't kill us. If they go land Verdurous Gearhawk, they don't kill us. This Chupacabra is close to killing us because they kill our Glorybringer. Interesting. So this attack means they don't have Ballista in hand, right? Because otherwise they just pre-combat the Ballista and shoot both our things. If we don't block with both, we lose to our Blossoming defense. I feel like the snake lists have been going lower on defenses nowadays though. Regardless, this is definitely happening. I think this is happening too. I think this is happening too. If they have a Chupacabra, we're still drawing live to a removal spell to clear the way for our Jade Light. Vraska's Contempt. Whoa, okay. So they're not dead anymore. We need an Earthshaker Kenra or a Glorybringer or a Chandra. Alright. What does this mean? Probably means we have to hold both back. If I just attack with the Jade Light, then the Phoenix can block the Constrictor. We know our opponent doesn't have a Ballista in hand at the moment. So I'm probably just meant to attack for 4 here and make sure the Phoenix kills them next turn. Like, hope that our Phoenix gets to block the Constrictor. We die to Rishka, Ballista. We know they didn't have a Ballista. What else do we die to? Chupacabra doesn't actually kill us. Unless they... Yeah, Chupacabra doesn't kill us, even if they go like land plus Chupacabra somehow. Alright. Interesting. I think being on 1 and 2 are exactly the same. So I might as well block the Brontodon and get a body off the board. I can't think of any reason why being on 1 or 2 are meaningfully different. Chupacabra, yeah. So that kills the Elemental. So Removal Spell kills them, Kenra kills them, Glorybringer or Chandra kills them. Branchwalker does not kill them. In fact, we need to hit a Cycle Land to not die, I think. Oh, Siege Gang as well. Yep, you're right. Siege Gang would have done it too. Yeah, I think we're just dead here. Because I attack with Jade Light, they chump. I block the Constrictor, and I die to the Llanowar Elf. That was a tight game. That was really down to the wire. Alright, so against Winding Constrictor and friends. So against this sort of deck, imagine I want a bunch more removal. Chandra seems great. Unsure how I feel about Siege Gang, but I guess just have... Oh, I guess Bomat's really bad, right? It runs into all their 2/3s. And is really bad against Walking Ballista, specifically. So let's just like take out the Bomats and board a bit bigger. What do we want as like the final card? I don't know how I feel about like a 3rd spray. You can definitely go overboard on this sort of stuff. I imagine this is not the matchup for Hazoret, since they have Vraska's Contempt. It's certainly nice that Hazoret can block some of their bigger bodies on the board, on the ground. I think I'll just bring in 1 more spray. Worst case scenario, it takes care of like a Llanowar Elf or clears a blocker out of the way. I think this is fine. Let's try this. I need to remove the MTG bot command at some point, since the Imgur link no longer works. Alright, so I'm going first. So, easy keep here. I've got a 2-drop. If we hit a green source, then we have a nice curve. I have no idea, Ballista. I'm just playing this list because Jaberwocki did well with it, and I basically try out everything Jaberwocki does well with, because his deck lists tend to be very solid in general. Yeah, that's what I was wondering, Alessia. Like, how do you delete one without deleting both? It's like a really I'm not really sure about that. If you have a try though, I don't know. I might have a try off stream at some point. Alright, hopefully no ballista here. So my worry, ballista, is that Bomat and Siege Gang both seem very bad against Chain Whirler. I worry that this deck seems soft against Chain Whirler in general, but I still wanted to try it out. Oh my god, this is so disgusting. Yep. Yep. That was a very good walking ballista. Yeah, kind of needs to hit a forest that turn for a Jade Light Ranger or a Phoenix. I think as it is, we're going to be really struggling this game. This isn't too impactful though. Obviously they eat the Kenra, but we've got lots of top end in our hand anyway. Hopefully we hit a land here. I mean, clearly not specific enough. Clearly not specific enough. Alright, hopefully we hit an untapped land here. Nope. Kind of just want to play my Phoenix and get some beatdowns on. Obviously I could play like this to hit my land drop for the Glorybringer. Yeah, I think that's the case, Alessia. As far as I understand it, that is the case. Let's see what this does. Yeah, so it now works properly. That's great. Oh, max punished by land into contempt. I was like, they can't go land, Chupacabra. Ooh, okay, not max punish, because now we get to glory bring them, which is gas. This is like really swingy. If they don't have a Chupacabra, we're quite far ahead now. Yep. This is fine though. Still got like plenty of good plays left here. I'm gonna lead with the Jade Light Ranger, I think. Because if I end up drawing a land, then maybe I can play out the other one. Whoa! I would like to keep that Glorybringer, please. I would also like to play a 3-2. I must admit, feels very nice to be casting Glorybringers again. It's been far too long. I have a ridiculous love for Glorybringer. The card has won me many games of Magic by this point. Also, like, the play patterns are kind of nice with it. Trying to, like, figure out when to cast it to play around opposing removal. Like, now we just don't cast this, right, because they're holding up Contempt. But that means we just get to start attacking, which is great. Puts, like, a lot of pressure on your opponent, the existence of this card. 3-2 is probably just going to trade for the 2-2, I guess. That's fine, because we're still pushing 4 damage then. Again, lead with the Jade Light Ranger. I wonder if there's an argument for leading with Branch Walker. because then there's a chance that the Jade Light Ranger gets to be a 4/3, which punches through the opposing creatures better. It's kind of interesting, like in this scenario. Didn't end up mattering anyway, but could see it being correct to lead with Branch Walker, because you'd rather have a 2/1 and a 4/3 than 2 3/2s in that scenario. And like hitting the land doesn't actually change our play, we're still just playing out both our creatures. Is this a Walking Ballista? Uh-huh. Yep. It is a Walking Ballista. I think Ballista is quite messed up. You're not wrong, Nucleo. I kind of just want to attack with all my creatures. Opponent probably blocks here, pings these. Then we pass the turn. If I cast this, I put my opponent to 6. They just untap and Chupacabra it, or Chupacabra it or Contempt it. It's not like I've gotten any value because they've still got to kill my 2 things. Yeah, I'm just gonna swing with my team here. They're gonna probably block ping these, and that's fine. I mean, it's not fine, it's kind of messed up, but we'll live through it. We just hold the Glorybringer until there's something nice to Flame Tongue Kavu. Oh, that makes sense, Alesha. I will just copy the thing you posted then. Cool. Awesome. Thanks for the heads up on that. Alright, this is getting awkward now, because now they get to hold up Contempt with their 2/3 in play. Obviously we get to attack with our 4/3 though, which is nice. So we're still pushing damage. Holy cow, that's such a good one. That is such a good one. So I can cast Chandra minus on the snake. They get to Contempt my Chandra. But then I get to still just have the Glorybringer looming. Yeah, I think I like that. We have to remove this from the board this turn. And obviously we can't do that with the Glorybringer because they have Contempt up. As long as they don't have another Ballista in hand, we get a clean 2-for-1 hit. Ooh. That's really rude. Huh. Alright. Alright. Yes, I'm passing the turn now. Since we can't really attack into that 4/5. Please no Chupacabra. Oh my god, this is so bad. Now they get to kill the Jade Light. Kill our Chandra for free. I guess Chandra traded with a Blossoming Defense, right? So it's not quite for free, but still fairly obnoxious. Am I just spraying this? Might be. It's gonna get in for a lot of damage. I just think, like, the direction that things are heading in. I guess I don't have to decide now, right? Okay. Let's exert on the Constrictor. And I'm probably gonna have to kill this Chupacabra. Oh, cast down. That was not on my radar, but I couldn't really play around it either. Yep. Well, we obviously just have to do this, right? So otherwise we're gonna die to it. With us on only 12. We kinda have to hope our opponent doesn't have any follow-up plays here. Also, I'm probably meant to play my land out there with Explore creatures in my deck. With like Jade Layout Ranger, I could go like untapped land plus cycle land, and then want to like cycle the cycle land, play my land out, still have mana to cast things. Jeez. Pretty sure we're just dead here. This is weird. Like, back when Temur Energy and Black-Green Constrictor were like two of the biggest decks back in, I guess we can hit Giant Commander. Doesn't really do it because of the Verdurous Hulk, but might as well try. Yeah, I can kill the Verdurous Hulk, but then I die to the Constrictor. Are there any changes I would make to the list? I mean, I've currently played one match of the list, so not yet. The list has felt fine so far. I haven't had any complaints with it. Back when like Winding Constrictor decks and like Temur decks with 4 Glorybringers were the two big things to be doing in Standard back in like July of last year, I always felt that Temur was like a fairly big favourite over the Winding Constrictor decks. But those decks, back then they didn't have like 4 Chupacabra, which probably helped them quite a bit now. Hey there, Kansas. So I could see it being a lot tougher now for this sort of deck. Sort of deck just doesn't have the kind of value engines that Temur had either. I almost wonder whether I want like a couple. I guess Sky Sovereign doesn't really work because like these aren't always free power, and all this stuff is a bit too small to crew it. I do love Sky Sovereign though in those sorts of matchups. I assume this is a keep. It's obviously very awkward that we don't have any green sources with our Jade Light Rangers. But we have Courier into a Braid. If we can run a couple lands, the hand's going to be really nice, I think. This is like really close, I think. Like I could honestly see mulliganing this with no green sources. I think on the draw I'd probably keep this. On the play it's not like clear cut. I'm going to keep it, but I'm not confident that's correct. Like, obviously these Jade Light Rangers are incredibly awkward in this hand. We're going to need to find a couple green sources in our first few draw steps to smooth things out, which is not ideal. You'd keep? Yeah, it is very, very close for sure. I'm not really sure which way to like go on it, you know. Okay, that's not the ideal draw. Does mean if we run off 2 lands in a row though, even if they're not forests, we have something we can guaranteed cast on turn 4. This little metal robot's gonna go the distance. 20 damage incoming. I mean... yeah, that's fairly unbeatable, apparently. Alright, yes, I'm just gonna untap here. Wow. Max punished for not abrading. I was aware this was a draw. That would make us feel sad for not abrading, but like at the same time, I was kind of hoping not to draw this in the first case. I guess I'd rather trade with the Fopter. 2 blockers, I know, it's so unfair. Who's allowed to make two blockers? Alright, the way these draws have been going, imagine I am not winning this one. Get that distinct feeling. This was definitely like my concern when I kept the hand. That is fine. Opponent also missing lands. Dead on board. That's an aggressive statement. Oh my gosh. Sure, you have a 1-2. And Heart of Kiran. Hey, a mountain. Perfect. Right. I guess I passed the turn and killed the heart. 2 toughness who allowed these cards to exist. I know, right? It's so unfair that creatures can have 2 toughness. Just weighing like abrading on my turn versus abrading on my opponent's turn. I'm not really sure which is better. Doing it on my opponent's turn might force them to like tap down blockers to crew the heart or use up a loyalty from a planeswalker. Whereas doing it on my turn is like a bit safer in the face of a disintegration. You approve of the increase of Gruul spells in my deck. I'm glad someone does. I also disapprove of the number of forests in play. I would like it on the record, Phil. I disapprove with the number of forests currently in play. Oh my gosh. I would like it on the record, if we'd drawn 1 more land in the last 6 draw steps, we'd be in like a fine position right now. With a Phoenix in play, we did draw a card that is capable of making green mana, I guess. I'm gonna draw Thicket next, cooling it. Yeah. 100%. God damn it, Nucleo. God damn it. I really want to scoop. Can I just scoop rather than showing them that I have green in my deck? I think I'm just gonna scoop rather than showing my opponent I have green in my deck. In fact, I'm dead on board, right? Am I dead on board? 5, so like This is 5 because this can make a construct 6, 7. So they can put us to 2. We're like basically dead. It was nice seeing you two, Phil. Yeah, you seemed like super busy all weekend. GP seemed like a big success though, at least from like the perspective of a player. What am I doing in this matchup other than boarding out these Bowmat carriers immediately? Maybe I have to board out these Kenras too. They're kind of bad against Chain Whirler. We can bring in like some naturalizers for Heart of Kiran's. Bring in another Abrade. And some Magma Sprays. And I kinda... Sounds weird. I kinda want these Hazarets, I think. They don't get disintegrated, which is nice. And they're pretty good against, like, the sort of Planeswalker plan. I think I'm actually going to bring in these Hazarets. Or maybe it's meant to be Chandra's defeats. You're clearly both a witch and a monster. You do bring bad luck upon us occasionally, Nucleo. Maybe the Siege Gang's bad. It's bad against like Chain Whirler. I think I'd rather have Hazarets. And that means I also have room for these Chandra's defeats. I'm gonna make this like my post board setup. I'm just copying Logan Nettles' list, Grimslayer. That said, Naturalize is better than the Brontosaurus if you're specifically looking to kill an artifact or enchantment and aren't looking for something like flexible. Like the Brontosaurus is quite bad if you're using it to kill a Godfarer's Gift, for example, because you're spending 4 mana to kill their thing rather than just 2. It's a lot better against specifically blue-white control because it's a threat that can kill a cast out later and that like puts removal in an awkward position because like if they try and remove it then you get a clean 2-for-1 a lot of the time. But it's not nearly as good at just killing an artifact or enchantment. I'm not saying it's correct to be playing naturalizers instead. I couldn't honestly answer that quite yet, but I'd say that's probably like the reasoning for playing naturalize instead of the Brontodon. This list has been fine so far, Hogbog. This is only our second match. I've been enjoying it enough so far. We haven't actually won a game yet with that mind, but it's felt very solid. It's felt like it's doing some cool things. Scrap Heap Scrounger, sure. This hand lines up pretty well against their threats. So we get to go naturalize your heart. Spray your Scrounger. Hope you never draw a Chain Whirler. Right. Kind of opposite problem to last game. That is true. I love trying out Jaberwocki's decks, but it is true he can win with basically anything. I'm just going to destroy this now. If I draw a Glorybringer or a Chandra, I want to be able to cast it. Hey, that's a decent one. I think this is a bit too low impact at this point. This one is probably a keeper though. Just about a keeper. I'm not like infused about it, but it's probably better than a random card. That's fair, Grimslayer. The Brontodon is quite good against blue-white control, for sure. Blue-white control is a lot more popular than, like, gift decks and such. Like, this game, if we'd had a Brontodon instead of a Naturalize, it would have been kind of sad against this Heart of Kiran. Like, I think it's fair to say that, it was meaningfully better against the Heart of Kiran than the Brontodon would have been. I just want to attack for this. If they have a removal spell here, they'd get to take out a chunk of our board. I don't know, Crasto. Blue-black, I did like the idea of blue-black. If I'd ended up playing in the standard GP, blue-black control was one of the decks I was considering playing. Alongside, like, just red-black control. Red-black vehicles, I mean. Red-black vehicles looks really solid too. Obviously. Am I attacking with my 2-1? If they have a removal spell, they get to go, like, block your 2-1, abrade your thing. It's probably just not worth it. You only use Twitter to harass me. I mean, that's an accurate statement, Phil. Yeah, the Brontodon is a very strong card. I'm not denying that. I really like how Brontodon is positioned in general. That's about a third of your use. Oh my god. P and Alar's a nice one here. It's gonna protect Chandra really well. It's actually fairly scary. So again, I'm gonna Jade Light pre-combat. Just because if we hit a Cycle Land into a removal spell, we can clear a blocker out the way. I do not want this right now, because they don't have any artifacts I care about. They could play a vehicle, but I kind of need more threats, right? I need more threats regardless at the moment. That was a moment when Brontodon would have been better, I think. I think I would have kept a Brontodon on top quite happily, whereas the Naturalize was quite bad. So that is that moment there was a win for the Brontodon, whereas earlier this game was a win for Naturalize. What are the downsides of playing blue-black? This is the first time you can't choose what to play. So downsides to playing blue-black are mainly that you don't get Teferi, which is an obnoxiously powerful card. Honestly, most of the other downsides aren't too big a consideration. I guess you don't get a true Wrath effect, but lots of decks are playing around Wrath effects at the moment with like how they're built. Holy shit, we're so dead. We need a Glorybringer stat. If we draw a Glorybringer next turn, maybe we can do this. Have I found a deck that soundly beats black-red? I have not. Nuclear Hogpog. I kind of have to put this in my yard, right? I need a Glorybringer immediately. Chandra can no longer kill other planeswalkers. Is she good enough? Anyway, she's just going to get killed by tokens. My opponent has a history of Nalia in hand. We've definitely drawn the mopey half of the deck this game. 0 Phoenixes, 0 Glorybringers in the top 24 cards. Phil, from those 4 decks, I would probably say that blue-white control is the best of those 4 modern decks. And then Blue Moon. Definitely not Through the Breach. I think Through the Breach is really, really not a good deck. It's just doing worse things than Blue Moon. Yeah, exactly, Nuclear. Either half of Breach is totally dead. I love me some Siege Gang too. I do not love my opponent having some Siege Gang. Right, I mean, if we can loot into a Glorybringer, maybe we have a chance, right? Or Rummage, rather. Rummage into a Glorybringer. Interesting. So, I guess Hazoret goes at Khan here. Yeah, this deck seems very soft to a Gouter. I agree, Hogpog. So this like forces them to chump with a creature, so it's kind of the same as leaving it back to block. Except that if they didn't attack us, we wouldn't get to kill a creature. We still have the 4/3 back to block something, anyway. I need carry Zev's expertise. That is quite good against Gouters, for sure. Yeah, that's a critter. Another Chandra. Yep. Still kind of in a position where we need a Glorybringer. Holy shit, Soulscar plus Chandra takes down Hazoret. That's so brutal. Now if we block this knight, they get to shoot it down with a Goblin token. Which is fine. I think we still have to block. Stops us taking 4 next turn. Right? Hey there, Blue Danube. Feel like we have to force them to chump with something. Still feel fairly dead, but I guess I'd rather attack Chandra than Khan. Since Chandra builds up to flame slashing my Hazoret. Hey Chantel. How's Red Green Monsters? We have not won a game yet, so it's not the best start. The deck feels like kind of solid. It's reminding me how much I love Glorybringer. But we have yet to actually win a game with it, sadly. Oh my god, stop it. Yep. Okay, now I'm probably dead. Now I am probably dead. The third Chandra is somewhat hard to beat. That was a bit annoying. Like, 0 Phoenixes and 0 Glorybringers in almost the top half of our deck made those games a lot harder. Anyway, time for the third round. Oh my gosh. Confirmed, no Hour of Devastation hiding on our deck. Hour is probably great right now. That is a good call, Luke. Hour is probably not terrible. Everyone's just casting a bunch of Planeswalkers. It doesn't kill Khan a lot of the time, which is a problem. If they just take up their Khan a bunch, it doesn't kill Khan. Like, that's actually a legitimate problem of Hour of Devastation. More or less, Hogpog. More or less. Alright. I'm ready to get my Branch Walker Chain Whirled. It's not even a red source. Oh my god. This deck is tilting me. Yeah. You don't think Karn is actually that good? I agree. I think Karn is quite overrated. At present, I would agree with you completely, Luke. I guess I just have to kill this guy. I guess I can wait. If they play, what's it called? The 3-2 Falter one, Arncrop Crasher. I'm going to want to abrade that instead. Two color mana base, too greedy. You know it. I guess I just kill this now. Take a bit less damage. If we can hit the mountain, the curry is going to be brick walled anyway. I need to go next level and build a Star of Extinction deck. Yeah, I think Teferi is absurd, and Karn's like fine. I'm always like a bit miffed by the level of hype surrounding Karn. Very top-8'd a vintage tournament. Jeez, that's kind of wonderful. Yeah, that's part of the reason, Luke. Like, it's definitely true that Teferi is a lot better due to the existence of Seal Away. I will grant you that much. God, if we could have played a Phoenix last turn, we'd be very in this game, I think. As it is, we're probably dead. Like, I exert on their 3/3. But then they put us to 3 life, and we're dead to a strike at any point for the rest of the game. Karn seems very good in Vintage, for sure, because of all the Moxen. I could definitely believe that, having loads of Moxen in your Karn deck. Right, so mono red. Let's bring in this stuff. Again, we just have to cut everything that dies to Chain Whirler. I think it's okay that Siege Gang dies to Chain Whirler. But the others have to go. We need 2 more cards somehow. I guess Carnage. Like, if we're looking for marginal cards to board in, Carnage Tyrant does block Hazoret. I'm not in love with it, because it is a 6 mana spell against the aggro deck. But I think I prefer it over like a 3 mana Terminate against them. You're also taking shots at Karn after it got you into a top 8, Luke. Okay, this hand is great. Kind of. Needs like some mid game, but Branchwalker will help smooth out everything, I'm sure. I guess I should lead on Mountain, represent Spray. Probably doesn't make any difference. Opponent's still going to lead on Courier if they have it regardless. Okay. Hey, that's a great draw. Rekindling Phoenix is a very good draw here. And a land. Cool. Alright, I will admit. I'm gonna admit. If this was a struggle to survive, we would be in a better situation than we are currently in. I will admit this. Am I allowed to be fed up of Chain Whirler yet? Like, I don't know how I could ever play this deck with this card in every deck. It was a bit of what, like, I was kind of worried about it, but thought like our top end goes over the top of their top end, so it's probably fine. But no, like, Chain Whirler just seems absurd. Alright, I'm gonna block the 2-1. Blocking this would soak up an extra damage, but it would also expose this to removal and Chain Whirlers. I have put in a lot of time to show this deck is very mediocre. This is true, Cambo. This is true. I guess my Rekindling Phoenix is blocking their Hazoret next turn. I can kill their Chain Whirler. Like, I think trying to race a Hazoret when we're on 12 and our opponent's on 20 is a bad idea. Yep. Chain Whirler is quite a strong Magic card. However, Chain Whirler is definitely quite the strong Magic card, as it happens. Right, so I'm taking 7. I get my 4 free back, at least. Yeah, the decision trees are very straightforward. That is true, Phil. Huh. Good Siege Gang this turn. And then just like cross my fingers for the rest of the game that my opponent never draws a Chain Whirler. But if they don't, I'd be in like a decent position. And then next turn Chandra can kill the Glorybringer. Guess that's what I'm doing. The other option is I could Glorybringer, kill the Kari. Phoenix blocks the Hazoret. Chandra kills the Glorybringer. I guess if this is blocking the Hazoret, then I'm going to get blown out by Chain Whirler anyway. I'm probably just not beating Chain Whirler this game. I think this is the better play if we're just pretending Chain Whirler was not printed. And then I probably still have to hold back my Phoenix this one turn. You like Glorybringer kill Kari? That might be a bit better. Wow, okay. I mean, we knew this was the risk. It's not like we'd be in any better position with the other line, though. We'd still just be destroyed by this Chain Whirler. Yes, actually, this is kind of worked out. Because now this can safely block. I'm just so dead. I'm just so dead. This game's actually unwinnable. Like, I have to spend next turn killing the Glorybringer anyway. Chain Whirler post-combat's just better? Yeah, they'd get to kill our Phoenix. That's probably correct. Might mean they have a second Chain Whirler in hand. I'm willing to believe that there is another Chain Whirler coming post-combat. Alright. I wonder how things would have worked out if we Glorybrung our opponent there. So here we'd have to kill the Glorybringer, this blocks this, and then we're dead on board. Yep. Okay. Cool. I'm glad we are clear that I should not play this deck ever again. I'm glad we are now clear that we should not play that deck ever again.